The haunting of Hollowbrook Manor. Hollowbrook Manor had stood on the outskirts of town for centuries, its dark and imposing facade casting a shadow over the small, close-knit community. It was a place whispered about in hushed tones, a mansion with a history steeped in tragedy and mystery. One autumn evening, 5 friends gathered around a flickering campfire in the woods near Hollowbrook Manor. There was Sarah, a bold and adventurous photographer, Mark, a skeptic who scoffed at the idea of ghosts, Lisa, a historian with a fascination for the supernatural, Alex, a thrill-seeker with a penchant for daredevil stunts, and Emily, the quiet, introverted one who was always up for a challenge. As they roasted marshmallows and told ghost stories, a chilling wind swept through the forest, rustling leaves and causing the flames to dance wildly. Lisa, the historian, spoke up, her voice barely above a whisper. "Have any of you ever received an invitation to explore Hollowbrook Manor?" The others exchanged puzzled glances. No one had ever heard of such an invitation. Lisa produced an old, weathered envelope from her bag. Inside, a beautifully handwritten letter read, "You are invited to spend a night in the infamous Hollowbrook Manor. Legend has it that the spirits of those who met tragic ends within its walls still haunt the mansion. Do you dare to uncover the truth? Meet us at the manor gates at midnight, if you have the courage. Yours in darkness, the keepers of Hollowbrook." The group stared at the letter in disbelief. It was signed with an elaborate, eerie insignia. Sarah was the first to break the silence. "This could be our chance to prove or debunk the legends. Who's in?" With a mix of excitement and trepidation, they agreed to accept the invitation and meet at the manor gates that very night. As the clock struck midnight, the 5 friends stood before the looming gates of Hollowbrook Manor, shrouded in mist. The mansion appeared even more ominous in the moonlight, its windows like eyes watching their every move. They cautiously pushed the gates open and ventured into the overgrown garden, guided only by the faint glow of lanterns scattered around the property. Sarah raised her camera, snapping eerie shots of the manor. Inside, the group split up to explore. Sarah and Mark headed to the parlor, Emily and Alex to the library, while Lisa delved into the mansion's history within the study. In the parlor, Sarah's camera suddenly malfunctioned, the screen displaying disturbing, blurry images. Mark, rolling his eyes at the supposed paranormal event, tried to fix it but found no logical explanation. Meanwhile, in the library, Emily and Alex were startled by a bookshelf that moved on its own, revealing a hidden passage. They exchanged nervous glances before deciding to follow it. In the study, Lisa discovered a diary belonging to a former resident, Elizabeth Hollowbrook, who had mysteriously disappeared without a trace. As Lisa read the diary entries, she became increasingly convinced that Elizabeth's spirit still lingered in the mansion. As the night wore on, the group began to experience increasingly unsettling encounters. They heard disembodied whispers, felt icy drafts, and witnessed eerie apparitions that defied explanation. Sarah's camera continued to capture chilling images, despite being unable to function properly. In the library, Emily and Alex stumbled upon a hidden chamber, filled with old photographs. Among them was a portrait of Elizabeth Hollowbrook, her eyes seeming to follow their every move. The air grew colder, and they felt an unseen presence in the room. Back in the parlor, Sarah and Mark heard the faint sound of a piano playing from the nearby music room. When they entered, the grand piano played by itself, its keys depressed by invisible fingers. Sarah tried to snap a photo, but her camera remained uncooperative. In the study, Lisa felt an icy hand on her shoulder and turned to see a ghostly figure, unmistakably Elizabeth Hollowbrook, standing before her. Elizabeth's eyes bore into Lisa's, and a cold, haunting voice whispered, "You must leave this place." Terrified and shaken, the group regrouped in the manor's grand hall, sharing their harrowing experiences. Sarah, clutching her malfunctioning camera, realized that the ghosts of Hollowbrook Manor were trying to communicate a message. The diary entries, the eerie apparitions, and the chilling encounters were all pieces of a dark puzzle. With Lisa's historical knowledge and the clues they had gathered, they pieced together the tragic story of Elizabeth Hollowbrook. She had been unjustly accused of a crime she didn't commit, leading to her mysterious disappearance and death. Her restless spirit sought justice, and the keepers of Hollowbrook had invited them to help uncover the truth. Determined to help Elizabeth find peace, the group ventured deeper into the mansion, guided by the spirit's clues. They discovered a hidden chamber beneath the manor, where they found evidence that exonerated Elizabeth and revealed the true culprits of the crime. As they uncovered the truth, the malevolent energy that had plagued Hollowbrook Manor began to dissipate. The ghosts that had haunted them transformed into benevolent, ethereal figures, grateful for the closure the group had provided. With their mission complete, the friends left the manor at dawn, the first rays of sunlight breaking through the darkness that had cloaked the mansion for centuries. The legend of Hollowbrook Manor was forever changed, and the spirits could finally rest in peace. The keepers of Hollowbrook's invitation had led the friends on a terrifying journey through the supernatural, ultimately allowing them to uncover a long-buried truth and bring closure to the restless souls of the manor. Hollowbrook Manor's dark history had finally found its resolution in the hands of those who dared to confront the darkness within.